Hey everybody, this is Matt. I'm back, and this time with an Adventures of video, the Adventures of Dark Magician in his very own festival. That's right. We have two festivals that are, I guess, going to be happening at about the same time. The first one just opened. The other one will open in a few, like maybe 5 or 6 days or whatever. Whatever, a few days. This festival is called Legend Anthology or something. Basically, it's a Dark Magician festival. What do I mean by that? So a bunch of decks are banned. Most hand traps are banned. They're trying to encourage people to play like Dark Magician, Red Eyes, Blue Eyes, that kind of thing. Some other decks also slip through the cracks. Like Predaplant is legal. Salamangreat, right? Stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure this is part of like the 1 year anniversary Master Duel thing that they wanted dark people to play Dark Magician like Blue Eyes and like Red Eyes. So yeah. Anyway, so I do make a Dark Magician deck and I do play in this festival. Um, I decided to go all the way with it, as in like I play through it until I get the 11,000, like the final reward, which is like the certificate or whatever. Just because like I feel this festival is actually fun because I get to play Dark Magician and not have to stare down a freaking sprite board, right? But also, it's fun. Like the decks are not super degenerate. I think there's like DDD, which is like super annoying to deal with. But other than that, like most of the matchups are like pretty solid and reasonable to deal with. And there's one of those festivals like I hope they actually like make this festival like permanent. Make it like a permanent game mode or something with like its own list. But anyway, so yeah, I am playing Dark Magician. Obviously, I evolved this deck over the course of this festival. Reason being is because not only are a bunch of hand traps banned, but like Upstart Goblins banned, Chicken Game is banned. A lot of the cards that I like, that I enjoy, that are great in Dark Magician are just not available. I can't even run a Dogmatica package in Dark Magician, right? There's no Anaconda, no DPE, like just a lot of stuff just isn't available. Branded obviously is not available, so yeah, I do play around. I kind of went into this festival expecting most players to be playing Blue Eyes because that's what one of my buddies told me, that like, oh, you're gonna in this festival like everyone I played was like Blue Eyes players, but I think because like this person who told me this was like a not hadn't played the rank ladder, so like so in the festivals they do match you up with players of like similar rank to you. So yeah, I think that's what happened and why they saw a bunch of Blue Eyes. So yeah, I did build the deck sort of expecting Blue Eyes to show up, but didn't really see much of it. And then I changed it over time as I noticed like what decks were being played. So anyway, so let's get into the first duel. The first duel is duel number one: Dark Magician versus uh, Spellbook. So yeah, I remember that. Yeah, this was the first duel I played in this festival. I remember it being incredibly obnoxious. I still pull off a win, but it was obnoxious. And also, I don't really know how the Spellbook deck is supposed to, what the hell it's supposed to do. So I may have misplayed. Or rather, I would have done something slightly differently. But anyway, so yeah, I have a pretty solid opening hand. So let's go Illusion into Rod. Illusion goes back. Rod, search Circle. Circle into Servant will grab me the field spell, Magician Salvation. Magician Salvation will set the Eternal Soul from the deck. Fusion Deployment. So I do test Fusion Deployment. It's a fun card. I enjoy Fusion Deployment, but I end up cutting it because I just need like more tech, like going second cards for a lot of these matchups. So yeah, I think I end up dropping this for other cards. But anyway, the DM Girl comes out. Timaeus will come out as well. Timaeus will fuse into the Dragon Knight. Cool. And then I'm going to get a draw too. And I draw Illusion of Chaos and Magician's Rod. I would have preferred to draw other things, but that's okay. Pretty solid. So I'm going to immediately flip Eternal Soul just to make it so my Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, is like unaffected by card effects, right? So he's going to do some Spellbook stuff. No idea what all this is about, but he's going to get Spellbook of Fate, and this card is a bit debating my existence because basically allows him to banish 3 Spellbooks from his graveyard to banish one of my cards non-targeting. So I'm just going to chain it, and I know he's going to go for Eternal Soul. Or does it target? Yeah, does not target. But I'm just going to go for Eternal Soul. Just because I know, like, yeah, he banished Eternal Soul. I'm going to circle, just banish this Spellbook Magician, just because it's like, that's the best I could do. And then Rod will tribute DM to recycle. So Yeah, so I do end up losing my board, but I do have an Illusion of Chaos, so I do got follow-up via Magician Souls, and I have a Rod in hand, so yeah, he draws a bunch of cards and summons a thing, and then he searches DM and some other stuff, so yeah, yeah, I don't really get Spellbook, but whatever. So Rod's gonna search my another Eternal Soul. I am running more than one in this deck. IOC will grab Magician's Souls, send DM, summon the Dragon Knight. I'm gonna, get rid of this field spell here. Grab DM Girl, Illusion of Chaos. So I'm gonna go ahead and swing, 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 and then I'm gonna make Black Luster Soldier, the Soldier of Chaos, and it's cannot be destroyed or targeted by card effects, and I have Eternal Soul. So I feel like I'm in a good spot, but he does still have that stupid Spellbook of Fate. So this is a premature Eternal Soul. I should not have done it here. So I think Spellbook of Fate, I forget, one of the Spellbook cards was like, oh, you need to have a Spellcaster to use it, and I'm just like, well, if he's normal summoning the Spellcaster, I'm just going to go ahead and banish it. So yeah, this was not the right move to make. I should have waited, as you'll see later. Why I should have waited. Spellbook, yep, Judgment, Spellbook of Life. So he summons this World of Prophecy. So I think I should have banished this card because it's kind of annoying, and it has an equip spell. However, no, it wouldn't have mattered. Actually, I just realized because if I didn't banish the thing, he could have Spellbook of Fate banished my Eternal Soul anyway, and I would not have been able to banish his World of Prophecy. So I guess it ended up not mattering. But yeah, Eternal Soul is going to clear my board yet again, and unfortunately, Black Luster Soldier is only protected from being destroyed by card effects from your opponent, so not itself, so not your own player. So yeah, that's the unfortunate part about Eternal Soul. It sometimes it just does that. He's gonna draw a million cards again. Draw another illusion. Rod. He's got a third Eternal Soul. So at this point in the festival, I am running 3 Eternal Soul. I end up cutting it to 2 because there are other cards in the deck I prefer. So let's go ahead and get the Dragon Knight. Let's try to banish this guy. Summon DM Girl, and then they're gonna chain Spellbook of Wisdom. So it's unaffected by card effects. Spellbook of Fate is going to banish the Dragon Knight, unfortunately. So I do crash because I was at 2900. Artemis. Yeah, so same deal. My only interruption is the Eternal Soul banish, but this Spellbook engine is just obnoxiously annoying. It's like Runic, but less annoying. Yeah, so he summons this thing. I'm an Eternal Soul. He's gonna banish it. And then I'm gonna tribute Artemis to get Rod back. So yeah, he's just gonna do a bunch of stuff. I couldn't tell you what the Spellbook engine does. It just does a bunch of obnoxious stuff. Like that's So he swings, but not enough OTK. But he is gonna get his Spellbook Magician off the field here. Alright, so let's see. I think, if I recall, for this next turn, which is last turn, I am going to get the Miracle top deck, I believe. So let's see what the Miracle top deck is. There it is! Magicalized Fusion, baby! That's right. And guess what? I have a bunch of spellcasters in my graveyard of unique names, right? The big boy himself, the Quintet Magician, comes out and wins me the game. Bro, the Quintet Magician has been such a good card in this festival. It's literally game winning. It's crazy how good it is. Let's see. Dark Magician versus Salamangreat. So yeah, I think Salamangreat Roar is not legal, but Salamangreat Rage is. So I don't know. An access code is limited to 1. There's no Zeus. A bunch of Like links are banned. Like I think the Dark Charmer is banned. Yeah, this is a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so let's go into. Oh, there you go first. Hey, Sanctuary. Yep. Oh, it's late and I'm tired. That's why I've been yawning. But yeah, I'm excited for this festival. So I just wanted to start recording as soon as possible. Probably go to sleep after this segment of the video. So Lingeribo, okay, cool. Cool, so I draw Light Imprisoning Mirror. So this is one of the few floodgates that are not banned in the game. I put this in because I thought I would be seeing a lot of Blue Eyes decks, right? And Blue Eyes decks have a lot of annoying like monster effects in the graveyard and feel that this would be great against. But yeah, this is like my second duel into the festival, like straight up. Like I played Salad right after I played the Spellbook guy, and yeah, this card ended up being no bueno. So yeah, definitely cut this card right after. I'm pretty sure like right after this duel. So Rod into Circle, Circle into Servants, grab that field spell. Illusion, grab this, put DM Girl back, send a DM, special summon DM, and let's see if I can manage to Sunlight Wolf. He's going to chain Salamangreat Rage to get it off the field, and he's going to pop the Circle. I'm going to swing into this Lingeribo. Then I'm going to activate Salvation, set Soul, make the Artemis. Even though I don't think he has light monsters, I'm still going to set this card because why not? But I do have Virus. Speaking of Virus, I'm going to immediately Virus for spells. So I try to kill his field spell, but he protected with Balinks. And then I killed this other spell, Grid Rod, whatever that is. Yeah, so at this point, I just have to not get OTK'd, and I have Eternal Soul to bring DM back with DM Girl to defend me. Oh wait, sorry, DM Girl's back in the deck. Just DM. So yeah, let's see what he gonna do. So he searches Cynet Conflict, which is interesting because he needs a code talker for it to be live, right? Yep, Rage. Heat Leo. Heat Leo can pop back row, which is unfortunate. Or not pop, shuffle back. So I'll take 23. That's fine. Man, I'm so happy Illusion of Chaos is in the game finally. Like, this card was so much needed in Dark Magician. It's just so versatile. It allows us to be so consistent and consistently do very little. So Rod, Illusion into Souls, put Illusion back, use that Circle, grab the Servants. This time I'm going to try to banish the Sanctuary. But he's going to use Rage again to pop the Circle, so I will not get to banish. But it's okay. DM Girl comes back. And we make the Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Let's beat over this motherfucker. And he's going to protect with Balinks. But I cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, by opponent's card effects. So I'm going to go ahead and draw another, put Circle back. Unfortunately, I can't activate Circle more than once per turn, so I can't put it on the field. But I do set Eternal Soul and Soul Servant. So Virus hits Cynet Conflict. Cool. Yeah. Basically, the only way to out this Blackluster Soldier is with a big beater. And the only beater I can think of is, like, Access Code, right? Like, yeah, none of his Salamangreat cards are going to take out this bad boy. It's going to be the Access Code. But the thing is, because it's indestructible by card effects, Access Code must swing over it, must swing into it. It will not be able to pop it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just get some monsters here. Tribute the DM Girl. Get Rod back. Yeah, so Helio shuffle back Eternal Soul. Since Eternal Soul is shuffled, it does not clear my field. So there's the access code. He's going to attempt to pop Blackluster Soldier and be unsuccessful. And then he's going to realize I done fucked up, and then he's going to scoop. Oh, no. He ran out of time. Oh, interesting. Either way, like, his access code could not OTK me, and I'm pretty sure I had enough follow-up. I mean, he did have Cynet Conflict, but again, I have like way too many things to bait it with, so I don't think it would have mattered if he didn't win by time limit or lose by time limit. Duel number 3, we have Dark Magician versus Marincess. Oh, Ultimate Slayer is legal. Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know, because I own Ultimate Slayer, because I pulled it from a pack. Huh. That's interesting. Most cards are like banned. Dark Lord is banned. Um, Tactics is banned. Lightning Storm is banned. Like, so much stuff is banned, so... Guess, yeah, it's good to know Ultimate Slayer was legal this whole time. Because I definitely could have played it with, like, a couple extra deck targets. Very good card. Very, very good card. Alright, so I open a pretty good hand. Illusion's gonna grab Rod, put DM Girl back. Rod gonna get the circle. So we have to put Eternal Soul here. Summon the DM. The reason I'm summoning DM is because I have Virus. Circle's gonna grab another Eternal Soul, make the Artemis, set the Virus, and pass. On draw phase, I'm going to immediately Virus the DM for spells. I pop his Battle Ocean, but I notice he's a Marincess, so mostly just like Marincess monsters. But I got to look at his hand, so I knew how many plays he had. So Marincess, you want to banish the Link 2, the Coral Anemone, because it's like their best extender. I believe Splash Mage is banned, and I think the Marincess Dive may also be banned. Don't quote me on that. That's just my hunch, right? So here's a Coral Anemone. As soon as that hits the field, I'm going to immediately Eternal Soul for Dark Magician, banish this, and then we're good to go. They're going to scoop, because, yeah, that was their best extender, and they don't have access to Splash Mage, and I think they're out of bodies and normal summons. So, G to the GG. Duel number 4, we have Dark Magician versus Blue Eyes White Dragon. With a bunch of random ass background. I mean, I guess it's all searchable off the True Light, but he's got the 1 copy of the Chaos Max. 3 copies of Dragon Shrine is interesting. Anyway, hilariously enough, by the time I played my very first Blue Eyes player, guess what? I no longer have Light Imprisoning Mirror, so yeah, F me, right? But I am running Super Poly, and I do have targets for Blue Eyes decks, so... Deck Devastation Virus is pretty cool, yeah. Wish I had that against some Marincess, because it would have, like, literally devastated their entire deck in existence. So 1 for 1. Okay. Make the Spirit Dragon, yep. The Jet Dragon comes back. Grab that Rod. Put Illusion back. Rod will grab the Circle. Circle will activate. And then let's go ahead and summon our DM. Banish that Jet Dragon. And then he's going to chain Ultimate Fusion to save it from being banished. And he makes a Tyrant Dragon. We're going to immediately make the Dark Magicians. Soul Servant will stack Eternal Soul. Dark Magicians will draw it. I'll set it. Use Prep. Get Illusion. Now I have Deck Devastation Virus. So I should have summoned DM. Why did I not summon DM? Yeah. So big slight mistake I made. So I summoned DM. So because I set Eternal Soul off of the Dark Magicians, I could have used it the same turn. Use it to revive DM. Set Deck Devastation Virus on their draw phase. Deck Devi Virus Tribute DM. Pop low attack monsters. But then Eternal Soul would be available, and I can save the banish for later. So slight misplay. So it turns out they have no monsters that qualify for Deck Devastation, but I do banish the Tyrant Dragon. So they're going to revive the Jet Dragon. I'm going to use the Spirit Dragon to tag out into Rose Moonlight, and then I'm going to Veiler that. And then they're going to scoop. I mean, even if he, like, destroyed the Dark Magicians or bounced it, I have so much follow-up, and he's never going to draw I mean, if he draws Tyrant, it gets popped. Oh wait, or does it? I don't know how much attack it has. Maybe it gets popped, maybe not. But if he draws his eggs, they get popped immediately, which I guess he is good for him. So I don't know. Deck Devastation might have been a mistake, but Dark Magician versus Hayabusa Knight. Mataza the Zapper equip spells. Oh man, this is funny. I've seen this deck before. It's like it's a blind going second deck. You summon one of those 2 monsters with 4 or 5 equipped spells, and then you just brute force swing and just kill everything. It's funny, but unfortunately not going to work here because I am going first. So Souls will pitch to draw 2. Let's get the rod into the circle. By the way, that was a misclick. I meant to send only Magicalized Fusion and change Soul Servant, but accidentally sent Soul Servant, and it drew me the rod anyway. Rod was what I wanted. So, worked out. So let's get that draw 1. Make the Wee Witch's Apprentice. This card's not good, but, you know, honestly, I should be running IP. Why did I run this stupid card? IP is better. Well, I mean, I have to see if IP is even legal. Like, I don't even know if IP was legal, but if IP was legal, then this Wee Witches should be an IP. So, definitely a silly tech by me. So yeah, he sets all these equip spells, go to battle phase, and I immediately banish his monster. And the Horn of the Unicorn goes on top of his deck. LOL! Oh man, that was hilarious. Feels bad, man. Duel number 6, we have Dark Magician versus Red Eyes Black Dragon. Damn, look at this. Alright, gee, who would win? Dark Magician or the Red Eyes Black Dragon? A 2500 vanilla or a 2400 vanilla? Let's find out, shall we? Yeah, I thought this duel was amusing to me. I don't know if they Giga Bricked or what the deal was, but check this out. So they're gonna go first. Blackstone Legend. Get the Red Eyes. Attach the Black Metal Dragon, so it's a 3k Red Eyes. So my DM cannot swing in over it. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna draw the circle. That's cool. Circle. We'll stack DM, I believe. Yeah, I need that vanilla DM because I have Timaeus, right? So Timaeus, for those of you who don't know, can pitch a spellcaster. Does not have to be a DM card. So I'm gonna pitch this Veiler here. This is like Veiler against vanilla Red Eyes. Lol. Timaeus is gonna go ahead and make the Dragon Knight. We're gonna get a banish. We're gonna banish the Black Metal Dragon, not the Red Eyes, because the Black Metal Dragon has a graveyard effect. So you want to banish it, and then I'm just going to swing over the Red Eyes. Soul Servant's going to get me to draw 1. I draw the rod. That's cool. Salvation. Swing. Bam. Swing. Bam. Yeah, and then I have Eternal Soul to follow up with a banish. I have a Veiler to negate, and I have a Chalice to negate again, because Droplet is banned. Skill Drain is banned, right? So, let's just go with Chalice. I think Imperm's at 1, so Chalice it is. Feather Duster does nothing because I have the Dragon Knight. G to the G to the GG. Duel number 7. Dark Magician versus Altergeist. So I remember this being an interesting. Hold on. Let's see if it's legal. So he's running drawing Mirror Forth. Okay. Right. Yep. Manifestations at 1. Melisig at 2. Alright, whatever. So this was a funny duel because I totally schooled the Altergeist player because I know the Altergeist. You know, I'm somewhat. What's that? That Spider-Man meme with Willem Dafoe. You know, I'm something of an Altergeist player myself, and I kind of know what he's gonna try to do here, right? So this hand does look kind of doomed, but it's actually not. So, because Prep gets Illusion, Illusion will get the Souls. Put the Illusion back. Souls is going to summon itself. We're going to go ahead and pitch the Prep, chain Soul Servant, grab that rod. The big rod. Rod is going to get our circle. So we have circle. Grab secrets. Let's get a draw 1. Get Apprentice. Make the Wee Witches. This should really be IP, but alas. And then we set Book of the Eclipse. Monster Reborn. So he knows how Dark Magician works too. So he's gonna attempt to reborn my Dark DM. So I'm just gonna have to use Eternal Soul and be like, nah, no DM for you. So he does go into Silquicious with no other Altergeist monster. So Silquicious has an annoying bounce, but it's only if it has another Altergeist card, right? And he's gonna go ahead and get another Altergeist card. I'm gonna immediately chain Secrets to get, I want to make the Dark Magicians here. So I want to draw some cards, folks. He's gonna D-Barrier Fusions. Feels bad, man. So here comes a Multifaker. You know where this is going. Multifaker will summon, and Multifaker will attempt to summon the Silquicious. But I'm going to Book of Eclipse to flip Multifaker, because as soon as Silquicious hits the field, it cannot use its effect if he doesn't have another Altergeist card face up. And since Multifaker will be face down, unless one of these back rows is like a manifestation or something, like he's not going to be able to bounce anything. So that's the idea. So here comes Silquicious. He has nothing. Alright, I'm going to Tribute Summon. That's right, Tribute Summon Apprentice. Search a DM. Special a DM. Alright. You know what card? So first I'm going to try to banish this stupid Silquicious, because I hate this card. This card is just the worst, right? And of course he's going to compulsory his Silquicious back to his hand. Damn, that is really sad that he's using compulsory now. But you're soon going to see that, you know, oh, shouldn't you save compulsory for, what if I make like access code or something, right? I can make access code right here, and he will not have compulsory anymore. So yeah, he decides to use it on himself, but unfortunately for him, I don't make access codes. I'm going to make the Black Luster Soldier, who's going to be untargetable and undestructible by card effects. And guess what? All of the Altergeist cards target. So how is they possibly going to out this? Spoilers, he's not. So kill Multifaker and then banish the spoofing. So he's literally left with a Silquicious in hand and like whatever this is on the field, which doesn't matter because I have Circle. I'm gonna set the Soul Servant just cause, right? Book of Eclipse. It's the poor man's Dark Ruler no more. Since Dark Ruler's banned, I have the Book of Eclipse. It's a fun card. Duel number 8. Dark Magician versus Dark Magician. It's a mirror matchup, but this dude is running Piercing the Darkness, which is not good. 2 Timaeus, and 3 Seekers of Dark Magic. Damn, this dude really wants to fuse. So let's see how this goes. Obviously, the best DM player will win, right? I will showcase my Dark Magician superiority before you. And hopefully you will find this video on my channel. And then later, you know, possibly my deck profile. So, you might think, oh, this is not a great hand going second, but it actually is. So he's going to special Apprentice, pitching Soul Servant. He's going to go DM Girl. Oh, and he's going to make a rank 6, folks. Check this out. So he's going to get a draw, but get Rod, right? But the point is, okay, circle, set. He's going to make a rank 6 Norito, the moral leader, the most moral leader of them all. So this dude has a spell trap negate, so kind of annoying, but the way I don't care about it is, and unfortunately it's a light, so I can't super poly. But I'm just going to go ahead and Swords of Concealing Light, because if he doesn't negate this, he gets flipped face down, which means he's screwed, right? So he does negate it, so that's what I wanted to debate. So prep into Illusion. Illusion into Souls. Put back to the Soul Servant. Let's go Circle. He's going to immediately Eternal Soul, because he knows I have Souls in hand, so he's going to... Yeah, so this dude did draw the Trifecta. So normally, this would be really bad news for in the DM mirror. Whoever gets to the Eternal Soul Circle DM trio first typically wins, but I got a lot up my sleeve that this guy is not ready for, as you'll soon see. So I'm going to search Secrets of Dark Magic. That's right, we're searching secrets, baby. So he's going to banish my circle. Sad. So Souls is going to send DM Girl. Why DM Girl? Because I'm going to go to Artemis. He has a DM in field, and I have a DM Girl in the graveyard, and Soul Servant doesn't care whose graveyard it is. So this is going to give me a draw 2 off Soul Servant. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm gonna go ahead and get the DM, draw 2. So Forbidden Chalice, that's cool. So I'm gonna use Secrets of Dark Magic to make da 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 da. By the way, you'll see why I made Artemis very soon. Master of Chaos. So this card is pretty good. Unfortunately, so I need to tribute a light monster and dark monster. When I summon, I can special a dark or light from graveyard. But if I tribute a light and a dark, this card says banish all monster your opponent controls. The problem with this is just going to banish Naruto and Magician's Rod. So, and this DM is going to be fine because it's protected by Eternal Soul. But the point is, I want a third body on the field, and you might know. I think you'll know why, right? So I'm trying to revive DM. He's going to try to imperm me. And I'm gonna be like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna super poly this motherfucker. Get my master off the field, right? Get rid of his rod. Make Drago Stapelia just because, you know, it's whatever. It's just a body. Like it's not gonna matter. So I have 3 bodies on the field. You know what time it is? It's Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos o'clock, and cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So Circle cannot even target it. So I'm going to go ahead and swing into this DM, do 500 damage, and then I'm going to banish Eternal Soul, which will clear his board of Naruto. And now he's stuck with a Circle, 0 cards in hand, up against an untargetable, indestructible monster. Good luck. So he's in a top deck, and he's going to scoopity scoop. Yeah, Blackluster Soldier has been doing so much work in this festival. It's such a good card. It's incredible. Duel number 9, we have Dark Magician versus... The F is this? Heroic Champions or something? With yeah, Heroic Champions. Must be the loner deck. I don't know. I don't know what this deck does, but it won't matter because we're playing Dark Magician. Dark Magician is definitely the best deck in this festival. And anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong. I mean, I guess DDD is pretty good, but nah, or Predaplant, but nah. DM, all the way, baby, all the way. Alright, so my opening hand is okay. So let's get that prep. You love to see... Oh, you love the Illusion of Chaos. I've missed this card so much. Grab that Rod. Let's put Apprentice back. Rod's going to search. Let's get the Salvation into Eternal Soul. Make the Artemis. End phase. Yeah, so basically... I have to hope that I survive just with Effect Veiler. And then I can use a Recycle Rod using Artemis, right? Or DM, like either one. So he's gonna go ahead and make Hero Champion, Clavo, whatever. And he's used XYZ import to attach Artemis. So unfortunately, I could not tribute Artemis in time because, you know, if I chain Eternal Soul, Rod's tribute effect is only on a new chain, so Artemis will still get lost. So he's going to, bro, check out this monster. He just paid 7,500 life points. So it says pace life points, so you only have 500 left. At the start of the battle phase, double the attack one monster control. When attack is declared involving your opponent's monster, detach a thing. So he just paid 7,500 life points, and I'm about to Veiler. Oh man, what an unfortunate turn of events that was. So Soul bring Dark Magician, tribute that. Yeah, this game is completely ogre because oh, even more so, we got the virus. So Rod is going to go ahead and get the Circle. Activate Circle. Illusion will get Souls. Put Illusion back. Souls will send DM Girl. Revive DM. Field, banish that monster. Field Spell revives DM Girl. We have 4 bodies. I'm going to make the Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Attack this mofo. Banish his face down. And then I have a virus, and I have a Circle Soul Banish. This game is completely ogre. Dude never stood a chance. I don't know if there's a loner deck, but ain't good enough. Yeah. I'm going to immediately banish whatever this is because he has 1 card in hand. And then I'm Raw Tribute DM Girl, Eradicator Tribute DM, call spells. This game is giga over. It's the most over game I've ever seen in my life. All right. Duel number 10, we have Dark Magician versus Hiro. No Destroy Phoenix Force, but he does have Sunrise and Absolute Zero, and he is running the Evil Hero package, so you know, it is what it is. Not that intimidated by it. The Evil Hero package is Highly, highly overrated, and I don't think it's worth running. So I open a hand that's not great, but it'll do its job. So the Dusted Gold is gonna grab the Dark Calling. He's gonna normal Shadow Mist, use the Honesty is because he needs to get in the graveyard, so you can use Dark Calling to make the Malicious Bane. Now I have Super Polish, so I could Super Polish this board, but what's the rush? There's no need. In fact, I want to see if he Dark Laws before I play Super Poly. Like that set card might be Mass Change, and if so, I'd rather Super Poly the Dark Law. So I draw DM. Let's go prep into. So yeah, so I'm gonna hold Super Poly. There's no rush to use it because I can clear his board without Super Poly. Eternal Soul Illusion into Rod. Let's put the illusion back. Rod. He's gonna Solemn Judgment my Rod normal summon. Damn, that is a really sad use of Solemn Judgment. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and summon the Timayas. Timayas is gonna fuse into the Durgan Knight, which protects my back row, as we all know. I'm gonna put Circle on top of my deck. So even though he Judgment and Rod, I'm still getting my Circle. Circle will add Eternal Soul, and now I can swing into this Shadow Mist. She can get a search, but it doesn't matter. He searches the Stratos. I'm gonna go ahead and set Super Poly because I have an extra Eternal Soul in hand. I'm gonna I'm gonna chain Eternal Soul to Malicious Bane, so this does not get popped. And then normal Stratos, and he chooses the effect to destroy spell traps on the field, attempting to pop Eternal Soul. But guess what, folks? The Magician Dragon Knight protects it, so it doesn't pop. He scoops, and then the game is Ogre. Completely Ogre. Alright, so here's duel number 11. This is another Dark Magician mirror, folks. Once again, I will prove who is the superior Dark Magician player. Unfortunately, I do go first, but I kind of brick. Like, what do I do with this hand? Not much, honestly. So I'm going to normal Rod. Rod will grab Soul Servant, because that's all I can really do. Rod will go into Artemis. I'm going to set the Soul Servant and pass. So this is not a good situation, but, you know, I don't know what deck he's playing, but my hope is, hey, if I can survive one turn with just Effect Veiler carrying my ass and, like, stopping him from OTKing me, maybe I can do something on turn 2. That's the idea here. So he's going to prep and do Illusion. I'm like, oh, God. He already has a better hand than me because he opened Illusion, right? So, does not look good. So, yeah. Magician Soul summons. Yep, he's going to go ahead and draw his a Rod. He's going to attempt to Rod, but I have this thing called Effect Veiler. I was like, yeah, this is the best time to use it. I cannot let him get to the trifecta, the Circle, Eternal Soul, DM, right? So, Illusion into Dark Magician. Fusion Deployment into the Dark Magician. Then I'm going to Soul Servants, stack my Illusion of Chaos, tribute this to get Rod back, and then he's going to swing. So, it's kind of looking kind of dire, and then he sets a card. So how do I get over this? Well, luckily he does not have Circle and Eternal Soul, so if this card's Eternal Soul, no big deal, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just get my Illusion. So Illusion is going to go ahead and grab Magician Souls, put Rod back. So Souls is going to send DM Girl. Why DM Girl? Because there's already a DM on field, and Soul Servant doesn't care which graveyard or field it is. So yeah, Rod is going to search Soul. Well, I have a Soul Servant in the graveyard already. But yeah, so I got to get this DM Girl. Rod is going to go ahead and grab the Field Spell. Field Spell is going to set Eternal Soul. Alright, so I'm using Secrets of Dark Magic here. So I want to make the Dark Magicians, because that way I can do Soul Servant will draw me 2, and then Dark Magician will draw me the Dark Magician will draw me a third one. And then my plan here was to do a Magicalized Fusion play, because I have 3 spellcasters in the graveyard. That's right, Effect Veiler is a spellcaster, which is why it's pretty good here for this festival, right? Because my goal here is to make a Quintet Magician, right? Quintet Magician will blow out his board. If I use 5 spellcasters with different names, I'll blow up all his cards, and this card cannot be tributed or destroyed as card effects and can't be super polyed. So that was my goal with this Secrets of Dark Magic, right? Because you know I have 5 names already, 5 spellcasters already, but I want to just get a draw 3 first before I go to the Quintet play. But then he's gonna Solemn Judgment my Secrets of Dark Magic, so that plan is temporarily foiled. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get a draw 2 instead of a draw 3. That's fine. And Timaeus. Oh, baby, mwah. This is exactly the monster that I was looking for, because now I can use Timaeus, get rid of the field spell, summon himself, and guess what? Timaeus is level 8. Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. They're at 4,000 life points thanks to Judgment, by the way. And now I activate Magical Ice Fusion, fusing the 5 unique spellcasters in my graveyard to summon the Quintet Magician. But then he scoops. So, oh man, I was gonna clear his board and swing for game. This game was completely ogre. Like, nothing you can do about that, Mr. Breaking Bad. So, yeah, the superior Dark Magician player triumphs yet again, folks. That's right. All right, so we got just a few more duels here. Yeah, this festival was fun. Duel number 12, we have Dark Magician versus Salamangreat. Alright, so let's get into this. Salad, man. Great. So I do go first here, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and Rod, search Circle. Circle into Servant is going to get us our Salvation. We're going to set Eternal Soul. Rod, link into Artemis. And then we have... Basically, we have 3 interruptions, right? We have a Veiler to negate one of their monsters. We have Circle Soul to revive DM, banish one of their cards. And we have Super Poly to fuse their field away. So, pretty good opening board. So he's going to Foxy here, which I'm going to allow because for against Salamangreat, you typically want to Veiler their Link 1, the Balinks, because their field spell is very good. So you don't want to let them search it for free, because it's kind of annoying to out otherwise. So I'm going to immediately Eternal Soul into Circle. So the reason for this is because, so I'm going to banish Foxy. Well, there's a few reasons. One, Foxy is their normal summon, which means if they have, which means with this normal summon, they have to immediately go into Balinks, right? And then they're probably going to be able to pop off because there's a bunch of salad effects that are like, oh, you can special summon to like a zone this monster points to, right? So by taking out Foxy, I'm basically saying, all right, so how are you going to get a body on the field to make Balinks? You have no extenders available in your graveyard at the moment. Obviously, they just added Gazelle, but Gazelle's effect triggers off of a salad. Migrate monster leaving the field. So if he was allowed to link Foxy away into Balinks, then he would have been able to freely summon Gazelle, basically. And then Gazelle has a mill. It just pops off from there, right? So that's the first reason. Second reason, Foxy is really annoying because it has an effect in the graveyard that's like, if this card's in your graveyard and there's a face-up spell or trap on the field, you can discard a salad monster from your hand, summon Foxy, and then pop a spell trap. Face-up spell trap. So if I allowed him to do that, that means that Foxy would be able to pop either Circle or Eternal Soul. So I basically got ahead of the Foxy and just said, alright, I'm going to banish this, and basically this is like a test to see, do you have any extenders that can allow you to put bodies on the field without, given that you have nothing in the graveyard and no monsters on the field, right? So that's the first check. So they're going to Dark Hole, which is hilarious because it does nothing to Dark Magician under Eternal Soul. So they do have Will of the Salamangreat. I don't know if this is a 3 of, but basically this is the one card that could kind of save them and allow them to keep playing because it gives them a free special summon from the hand or graveyard every turn as a continuous spell. So they have a second Foxy, which is unfortunate because technically they'd be able to use this graveyard effect. So they're going to make Balinks. Balinks is going to attempt to search the field spell, and this is where you Veiler. So if you're against a Salad player, Veiler or Ash on Balinks is typically a good idea, because without the ability to get this, the field spell, which allows them to link their monsters using themselves as material, it basically makes it so that they can't get a lot of their engine going, like because Sunlight Wolf not only has effects that can trigger off of summoning it itself with using itself, but also any of those like Salamangreat Rage or whatever, or those traps can be recycled from the graveyard using the fact that they have Salamangreat monsters that were link summoned using themselves as material, right? So, yeah, so I think Valor here is like the best shot, especially since I know that in their hand they have a Gazelle, right? I don't know what their other two cards are, but yeah, so they're gonna Gazelle. Okay, so they're gonna send the what is that, Jack Jaguar, and they're gonna make Sunlight Wolf. And then Jack Jaguar is going to summon itself. So here's the deal, folks. So Salamangreat Heat Leo is their Link 3 monster that when it's Link summoned, it allows them to spin, to basically bounce a card on the field, a back row card, a spell trap, to the deck, right? So if they do that on Eternal Soul, then my board is significantly weaker. I have to rely on DM, come back. If they do that on Super Poly, then that's one fewer interruption. So I decide... before they go into their Heat Leo, I'm going to, so you know they can go ahead and get their recursion here. I'm gonna Super Poly immediately, pitching Rod, which is like, all right. So I have less follow up next turn, but I have a Soul Servant in the grave that can get me a draw 1 plus whatever I draw. So I think I'm okay. But yeah, so Super Poly. Wait, Super Poly. What am I Super Polying? I'm Super Polying into Earth Golem Administer, baby. That's right. So this card is a really good Super Poly target. Any Cyberse monster plus any Link monster makes this card. So yeah, so I figured since I'm putting Super Poly in my deck, and since cards like IP Masquerade banned, access code is limited, right? Dark to Dark Charmers banned, right? Link Spiders banned. I figured why not more Super Poly targets? So yeah. I noticed in this festival, there's a number of Link decks. I saw Code Talker decks, I saw Salamangreat decks, I saw Marincess decks, and guess what? This card allows me to Super Poly against any of those decks. So, and it's a cool monster that says that when it's summoned, I take no damage for the rest of the turn, so they can't OTK me. And if this card attacks a monster with special from the extra deck, this card gets an attack equal to its original attack during the damage step. So, against extra deck monsters, this card can actually become quite strong and can beat over their monsters. So, yeah, they have to end because they have nothing, right? So that's great. So I'm going to go ahead and top deck the DM Girl, which is typically not a great top deck. But since I don't have a normal summon, I'm going to go ahead and tribute summon this DM Girl. Use Soul Servant to get a draw here. We're going to special summon the Apprentice Illusion Magician, which will search us to DM, right? And then let's go battle. I have enough for game here. That's a good amount of damage, and then Eternal Soul is going to grab my DM and swing for banish this card, and then swing for the last amount. So, bam! Dark Magic Attack! You see this new animation? It's awesome. I'm glad Konami gave Dark Magician a new Dark Magic Attack Fatal animation. That's freaking cool, yo. Alright, duel number 13. We have Dark Magician versus Heroes. Alright, so Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is banned. But Heroes pretty much, and yeah, it looks like Dark Law is as well. But yeah, other than that, Heroes have pretty much everything they want. I guess Hero lives at 1, so it's like slightly unfortunate. But like without being able to turbo Dark Law, like I think honestly, Hero looks gonna be at 3, like you know, because they can't just Shadow Mist into Dark Law immediately. But whatever. They're running D-Force. Honestly, if I was building Heroes, I would like go full on Destiny Hero, like, you know, triple D-Force, Plasma, you know, like Diamond Dude, Fusion Destiny, which I guess they do have a Fusion Destiny, just like, Dark Angel, right? The whole Destiny Hero shit, right? Because it's like really good, especially Dark Angel. It's like most people are not running Link Haribo in this format. So yeah, that can be pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, but it's fine. The Crosskeep, the random Spirit of Neos and Crosskeeper is weird. It's like, bro, just pick. Are you gonna, if you want to run a Neos deck, just make a Neos deck, right? In fact, Neos, assuming it's not banned, could actually be very good in this format, right? Because they can, like, on your opponent's turn go Cosmo Neos, which is hilarious, right? Anyway. Yeah, so if you're making a hero deck, either go full Destiny Hero or full, what's it called? Neos. Don't bother with this, like, standard weird hybrid elemental hero, because the other two variants are better, in my opinion. Anyway. Alright, so let's get into that. Wait, yeah. Ah. That's a, man. People of man of culture. Look at this. Same dual field, slightly different sleeves, but like you got the magical hats, you got the Jackalope. You would think this dude's playing DM, but nah, he's playing freaking heroes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get souls. True name, baby. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that true name existed because I was really salty about the fact that Upstart Goblin and Chicken Game are banned in this format. But true name is kind of like a discount. You know, Upstart Goblin, I guess. So yeah, except you have to be able to call your top deck, which if you have Circle of Servant, it's possible. So I'm gonna call Magician's Rod. I'm gonna activate Magician's Rod, add that, and then I'm gonna add 1 copy of Winged Dragon Raw Sphere Mode. So yeah, if you're against like DDD or like an annoying, like one of those more obnoxious decks that puts like a bunch of monsters on the board, True Name with like Soul Servant literally searches you Sphere Mode, and then you can just tribute their board. So yeah, this is actually pretty hilarious. Worst case scenario, Sphere Mode is just discard fodder for Super Poly, or you can just put it back in your deck with Illusion of Chaos, and then on a future turn you can use True Name to search it again, right? So yeah, it's pretty good. Like 1 copy of Sphere Mode, all I really need. So let's get the Rod. Rod's gonna get Salvation. Salvation is gonna set Eternal Soul. Super Poly is like an MVP card in this festival, by the way. So I do draw Book of Eclipse, which is also a great card. It's like poor man's Dark Ruler no more, right? So I'm going to use Souls to draw 2. I get rid of Secrets because, it's useless without it. Oh, and I top deck magnificently. This is exactly the top deck I wanted. So I get a Dark Magical Circle, and I get Illusion of Chaos, right? So Illusion of Chaos is going to go ahead and grab me the Vanilla DM. I'm going to put the Vanilla DM back, use the Circle to immediately draw a Vanilla DM, right? I'm going to make Wee Witch's Apprentice because IP Masquerade is actually banned. Lol. And I'm going to set 2. And yeah, so let's count the interruptions I have on the turn. I have Eternal Soul with Soul Servant, which will... Sorry, with Circle, which will banish a card targeting. I have Super Poly to fuse away monsters on their board. And I have Book of Eclipse to just flip all their monsters face down. So 3 interruptions, very solid. And I have Sphere Mode just in case they still manage to put up 3 monsters, right? So Solid Soldier into Stratos. Honestly, I don't like Solid Soldier. Like, just, I don't know. Anyway, Rhoda into Shadow Mist, Vision Hero Ferris. Okay. So increase is going to make this, right? Alright, so at this point, Vion is going to mill a card, so they're going to mill Malicious, of course, right? And now, Vion's second effect allows them to banish a card from the graveyard to search Polymerization. And if they do that, they can start making real plays, right, if they search Polymerization. So, I'm going to Super Poly right here, because 1, I don't want Vion to search Poly. Basically, it's like a check. Did you hard draw Poly, right? 2, they have 3 Dark Monsters on the field, baby, and guess what I have in my extra deck? I have Predaplant, man, I really... Predaplant... Hold on. I'll pronounce this. Trifeoverodum. I really need to have like Google Translate pronounce this freaking word for me. Predaplant Trifeoverodum. Trifeoverodum. Hold on, let me see if I can get this Google Translate. Trifeoverodum. Alright. Trifeverodum. Predaplant Trifeverodum. Predaplant Trifeverodum. Wow, that's like so much easier to say than what I've been doing this whole time. I've just been calling it Predaplant Tri, but Predaplant Trifeverodum makes a lot more sense. But let's read what this card says. When your opponent special summons a monster from their extra deck, while you control this fusion summon card, quick effect, negate the summon. If you do, destroy that monster. Which means, if they go into their Link 2, which is the extra hero Crosskeeper, I can negate its summon with this card. So I literally cleared their board, prevented them, or cleared 3 monsters from their board, which makes it harder for them to, first of all, go into their Link 2, but also makes it hard for them to go into Plasma, right? And I put up an additional interruption on my field, which says, if they special summon a monster from the extra deck, I can negate that summon, like Solemn Strike, essentially, right? So that's cool. Alright, so they're going to bring out Malicious. At this point, they could make Extra Hero, but I think they know what my monster does. This dude might be able to read cards. And he's going to pitch Crosskeeper to revive Stratos. Stratos is going to pop my back row, but it's negated, so who cares, right? And then he's going to use D-Force. As soon as I see the D-Force hit the field, I'm like, alright, he's going to go for a Plasma play. And D-Force is a crazy good card, but it's hilarious because he's only running one of these when you should really be running 3. Like, you can straight up just win games by just turboing Plasma with this card. But basically, while this is on the field, they can't draw their draw phase, but I cannot target cards I control with card effects, which means Circle would be dead. And Plasma gains a bunch of attack and can attack twice. Cannot be destroyed and can attack twice. So as soon as I see this hit the field, I'm going to be like, alright, it's time for Eternal Soul to bring DM out. And then Circle is going to banish D-Force. And then I'm going to recycle Rod. So, yeah. So they can still make the Plasma if they want, which they do. But then before they use the effect to take my monster, I'm going to immediately Book of Eclipse to, yeah, just say, sorry, no Plasma for you. Obviously, they'll draw on the end phase, but yeah, Book of Eclipse, great card. I'm going to go ahead and draw Magicalized Fusion. Immediately, Eternal Soul into the DM. Banish this Plasma. And yeah, this game is Ogre. Legion of Chaos will grab me souls. I'll put the Sphere mode back because I don't need it anymore. I'm just going to search Soul Servant, and then I'm just going to attack. I have enough attack here. Bam. Yeah, whatever. Increase comes back. Bam. Dark Magician. Dark Magic Attack. Haha, look at that. So cool. So freaking cool. Oh man, I love this festival. This is like my favorite festival so far at Master Duel. Alright, duel number 14. We have Dark Magician versus Gunkan Suship. So Suships are hilarious because like I occasionally see them in like ranked ladder. They don't do much, but they're hilarious because it's just like a bunch of sushi, right? And then yeah, I guess they're totally legal in this festival, so why not play them? Sure would be a solid deck. So I have an Imperm, so you love to see that. Unexpected die, yep. Get the Suship out here. Get a second Suship, make the carrier. They're gonna draw a card, don't care, and they're gonna set one. Alright, cool. So now, I don't really need to Imperm their board, because I mean, it doesn't really do anything. It just says it can't be destroyed by card effects, which is like, alright, whatever. They can be banished, though. So I'm going to go ahead and Rod. Rod's going to search me a thing. He's going to Veiler my Rod. But I have Book of Eclipse, baby! Let's go! Oh, I love Book of Eclipse. This card is cracked. Remember back in my days of playing Flu on Master Duel and I had Book of Eclipse? Yeah, this card is freaking amazing, right? So not only am I going to flip his monster, but I'm also going to, you know, flip Rod. And guess what, folks? Let's read what this card says. Once per turn, if a face-up Gunkan monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck, send your graveyard or card effect, activate this effect. I pay life points and then they special summon a thing. But here's the thing, because their Gunkan Suship is face down, it forgot that it was special summoned from the extra deck, which means if I destroy this monster, it will not trigger the field spell. LOL. Anyway, so I'm gonna Salvation. By the way, quick thing to note. An interesting little trivia that I hadn't thought about before. So I try to use Tamias here to summon itself. I cannot send Rod from the field to the graveyard as cost because it's face down. So didn't know that. Never tried that before. But so I had to send Salvation, which is whatever. That was my backup plan. I wasn't sure, right? So I used Salvation first before I attempted to use Tamias. So all right, let's try to fusion summon. And they hit me with the Lost Wind. Really, Lost Wind? That's just like a strictly worse Imperm or Veiler. But whatever. Okay, sure. I would even say it's strictly worse than Chalice. Okay, sure. That's fine. But a cool thing about the Gunkan XYZ monsters, they have like no defense. So goodbye. So yeah, I have freaking 2 negates here. I like good luck on them trying to freaking do anything, right? Unexpected die will get them the Suship, right? They're gonna put a thing on top of the deck. They're gonna summon the other Suship. And then they're going to summon this. So because this monster was summoned using the Shirao, right? He's on summon. He's going to be able to both draw a card and add a spell trap, which is a double search. So I'm just being like, nah, I'm good. And then just Chalice that because I don't want them to... They're going to +2 off, like, if I allow that. So, yeah, card advantage. So I'm going to lose it to Tamias. It doesn't matter. Because, yeah, I have Dark Magician. Ooh, the Magician's Souls. You love to see it. So flip this. Summon DM Girl. Make Black Luster Soldier the Soldier of Chaos, baby. Yeah, so a monster that can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects against a fucking sushi deck. Yeah, this game is Ogre. They also have like no cards in their hand, right? They're gonna set the Lost Wind, but it doesn't matter. It can't even be used against Black Luster Soldier because it targets, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and swing into this. They're gonna attempt to do a thing, but I'm gonna banish their field spell and not let them do a thing. So goodbye. So they're gonna top deck a thing. So this is a card during main phase. You can excavate the top 3 cards, and if I do special summon a Gunkan Suship. So basically, this will get him another body on the field to allow him to XC summon. And since I know he has no other plays other than this, I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the Imperm because yeah, like what is he gonna do? Nothing. So GG, DM best deck. And finally, the final game of the festival. We have Dark Magician versus Time Lords. Ooh, Time Lords. Hilarious thing is, Time Lords are actually not that good against DM because, yeah, their monsters all have effects that are like, oh, they can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, but they can be targeted. And guess what? Dark Magical Circle does? It targets and it banishes. So, yeah, you really don't need to be worried about this deck at all. All right. All right, so they set one pass. I'm going to go ahead and Souls, send DM. All right, so here's the deal, folks. I summon Dark Magician. So why do I do that? I do that for 2 reasons. One, I'm playing around. Well, first of all, I'm going second, so I want to hit them for more life points. But also, if I am able to generate enough bodies, I can go into Black Luster Soldier and DM. And if it's Black Luster Soldier is made while linking away Dark Magician because he's a level 7 or higher, it becomes untargetable and undestructible by card effects. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna normal summon Rod here next, and he has one set card, which may be Imperm, maybe it's Lost Wind, maybe who knows? It might be something that negates Rod. Maybe it's Forbidden Chalice, right? Who knows? The point is, all those cards I didn't mention. So let's assume it's Imperm, right? Target to negate, right? So if I normal Rod, activate Rod, effective search, and he change Lost Wind, or actually he can't even Lost Wind Rod, Imperm, Chalice, whatever, I can immediately change Super Poly, fuse away Rod and DM, make the Dark Magicians, which will get Rod off the field, dodge that targeting negate, right? Get me the Dark Magicians, put DM and Rod in the grave, which is what I want, right? And DM lets the Dark Magicians lets me draw cards, and I have, you know, Soul Servant and the True Name as follow-up to draw even more cards. So, yeah, playing around Imperm here, but he doesn't have it, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab Circle. Circle is and Soul Servant are gonna grab the field spell Salvation. So I'm gonna go ahead and True Name, because I looked at the top of my deck and I saw I had Super Polymerization on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw Super Polymerization. So he knows I have Super Polymerization, but he doesn't know I have a second one, right? And Serumo's already in my hand, so whatever. So I'm gonna swing. He's going to use Zoma the Spirit, which is whatever. I'm gonna break that. It's gonna burn me for 25, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna Super Poly in the battle phase. Pitch Serumo because based on the card that he just flipped, I don't think he's ever gonna put 3 monsters on the field, right? We're gonna make the Dark Magicians here. We're gonna swing for 28. Bam. And now in main phase 2, activate this field spell, set Eternal Soul. The Dark Magicians will draw us a card. Oh, Souls, you love to see it. And then I already used Soul, so I can't use it to send DM Girl. So I'm just going to draw another one off Soul Servant. So let's see. I have a total of 3 interruptions, right? I have Chalice to negate whatever monster. I have Super Poly to fuse away their field. And I have Circle Soul to banish a card they control. So, and the Dark Magicians will draw me a card. Rod will recycle itself. Yeah, I have everything I could possibly want, honestly. So they're going to immediately normal summon Metaion the Time Lord, okay? And then go into battle phase. On battle phase, I'm going to immediately Eternal Soul, get this Dark Magician out. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card, banish the Time Lord, recycle Rod, and just generate like so much card advantage. Look at all this card advantage. Cool. They're gonna go end phase because Time Lord decks are very one-dimensional and boring. I'm gonna top deck the DM Girl, which is not what you want to see in your top deck, because I was hoping to send DM Girl from my deck to the graveyard. So this is annoying, but as you'll soon see, it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna normal rod. I'm gonna get the Soul Servant. Soul Servant is gonna put Illusion of Chaos on top of the deck, and since I have the Dark Magician, I can immediately draw it. Illusion of Chaos is gonna grab Timelord, put DM Girl back in the deck, right? This is why I love Illusion of Chaos. Unbrick that hand, baby. Let's go. Souls is going to send the DM Girl. I'm going to summon Souls. Timelord is going to send Souls. Summon itself. Let's do Battle Phase. So I thought I had game, but he has the Battle Fader to basically end my my Battle Phase. So main phase 2, I'm going to go ahead, summon DM, banish this Battle Fader, summon DM Girl. I'm going to go ahead and get a draw 2. Oh, you'll love to see it. Timelord is going to make the Dragon Knight. And then I'm going to link away these 3 into Black Luster Soldier, the Soldier of Chaos. Man, this is such an anime deck. I love it. All right. Yeah, and I'm just going to pass. And I have 3 interruptions. Super Poly, although Time Lords, they don't really put enough bodies on the field to justify it. And then, Eternal Soul, Chalice, right, Circle. So, unfortunately, they are going to Lava Golem me, so that's unfortunate. And then they're going to Harpy's Feather Duster, but I have this card called Eternal Soul, which is going to bring out Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, which will protect my back row from destruction. And then that's going to summon DM Girl. DM Girl is going to Tribute for Rod, and then I have a Chalice for whatever Time Lord they put down. And then, yeah, they're completely donezo because they were not going to survive another turn. So, yeah, Time Lord decks are just like so stupid. Like they just feel so ineffective. Like just play a real trap deck. Play Altergeist. Altergeist is mostly legal in this format. Like if you really, don't want to play combo decks or mid range, yeah, just do that. So anyway, so yeah, very fun, very very fun festival. I wish this festival was around forever because I want to build heroes, Destiny Hero. I want to build Neos, right? I want to build a lot of stuff to try out in this mode. And maybe, even though I've already reached the max, maybe I'll still make those decks. Who knows? But yeah, this is a fun festival. Honestly, it reminds me like the jank format at my locals, which is always fun, where they just ban a bunch of like annoying stuff, right? And then you get to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! How crazy is that? Rather than dealing with like freaking sprite boards out the wazoo, right? Anyway, so hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I'm obviously never going to release this deck list, so don't even bother asking me in the comments section down below, because it's never happening. I was planning to keep this deck secret forever, and none of you will ever see it, because who needs views and subscriptions and algorithm boosting things when I can just, just not do any of that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, for those of you who originally subscribed to my channel to watch DM content, here you go, DM content. Now, will there be DM content in the future now that Illusion of Chaos is out? Like, oh, what about Dark Magician and Ranked? Maybe. Who knows, right? Only one way to find out, right? Find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. All right, later. Peace.